I'm loving this haunted bookshop. I love it. I will say the haunted bookshop. It's a little dry. I thought the stuff that I had, because it was 4 years old, maybe dried out a little bit, and it did a little. But I just popped a 10, and she's pretty dry. So I'm thinking maybe hopefully the cakes. I'm going to order some of the cakes next time I get some, whenever that may be. Could be a while. But whenever I get some, hopefully the cakes will hold in the moisture better. I've been going through this like I finished the last bit that I had, and then it's hard for me to say how many bowls I've smoked because I pack my pipe light, and I've come to the determination that for me personally, a tight pack is not a good smoke for me. I mean, I don't do much to it. I don't really have a plan to make a video. I have no idea. I just wanted to smoke my pipe, and I keep my lavalier microphone out here, and I bring my phone for entertainment. So I figured, hey, maybe I'll make a video, and if it's stupid, I just won't upload it. Well, I guess we can all admit that that's not usually the case, but I was thinking about the haunted bookshop, and one thing, the older stuff I had that had 4 years of age on it, I really want to say that was harsher with the retro hail. And I've read that somewhere. I read that Burleys can actually become more intense as they age. Maybe that's in my head. My sinuses do weird things where I'll have different experiences. Well, not just my sinuses, but my palate, which goes hand in hand. It connects. It's all part and partial. But often I have different experiences just because of my sinuses, is what I'm trying to say. So there's no science to what I'm saying, but I did read somewhere that Burleys can actually become stronger when you age them. Which begs the question, do I really want to buy this in bulk? Probably not. Not in bulk format. I think if I bought this, I would just buy it 10 for 10, 2 ounce 10 for 2 ounce 10. I want to say there's a slower aging process in the 10 as opposed to the jar. Though I've heard if you pack a jar fully, very tightly, it will age slower, and if you put it in there loose with a nice air gap, it'll age quicker, which kind of makes sense. I don't know. I've wondered often, like if the Boswells and Northwoods and Countryside, it has this light, almost aromatic sense about it. It's just something, and I've often wondered how well those will do with real age on it. I guess I'll find out, because God knows I have bulk of it. I was watching some Tunnel Take earlier. He's got him a little travel trailer, and he's refurbishing it. Looks like a fun project. If you know what you're doing, which I'm sure he does. putting in a new floor. Wants to see if he can put the floor in one piece or if he needs to cut it in half and drill pocket holes. So I learned how to drill pocket holes today. I was looking at travel trailers years ago. I thought maybe if I could buy a travel trailer and park it on a lot somewhere, so you can have septic and power. I could buy the travel trailer in cash because I had the money for it at that time, and I was just trying to break out of the system, I wanted to work like 10 years of my life doing 12 hours a day in oil and gas, just chasing money, and I wanted a way to reduce my overhead, reduce my cost of living. And I thought, man, I could spend like $25K on a travel trailer, a rather nice travel trailer. Park it, set it, forget it, just can chase money for 10 years, and then just buy a place, put money back, and it'll be worth the sacrifice. And I started shopping around for like places I could park it. It almost cost just as much as rent at an apartment at that time, which things were affordable back then. But it was like, I think the cheapest crap I found was like $350, which was really cheap, but it was booked. They had no amenities, nothing, and they never had anything available. So you would really pay anywhere between like $450 to like $1,000 a month for that. And a lot of them had amenities, and they had like, they had Wi-Fi and laundromats and all kinds of stuff. And it's just like full-time RV or on the road kind of people or something would go. I don't know what that is, but people do it, or it wouldn't exist. But I'm like, what's the point? I'm saving, whatever. I'm saving $200 to $350 a month when I could have an entire apartment. And I'm going to have upkeep on this travel trailer. I'm not going to have any upkeep on them. No, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. I mean, the amount of money, the amount of years I'd have to stay there to pay back the $25,000 I spent on the travel trailer would be astronomical. I was just like, it's just, I feel like everyone's got everything worked into a system where you're fucked either way. Doesn't matter what you do. You're gonna pay for it. You think you're getting a break, but you're really not. The market's rigged against you. I'll tell you what needs to go away is property tax. That shit needs to die. How do you own something? It's like, yeah, it's yours now. You own the title. You paid off the loan. Isn't that great? Well, why am I still paying taxes? Well, that's just your property tax for you to surrounding upkeep and all that shit, which it doesn't even go to that. So the government, the state, or the government owns my house. They'll seize it if I quit paying my taxes. Well, but yeah, it's just taxes. That's the thing. We've become so brainwashed to believe that this shit's just okay, and so we just go with it. Oh, well, you got to give your fair share. Well, what's your fair share? You're taxed on your gross, then you're taxed on on your net when you spend your money. You can't even give it to somebody, except for like, a once in a lifetime gift or a once a year gift to your brother or something, up to 10 or 15,000. Anything be above and beyond. It's ridiculous that if I was a millionaire and I had my own company and I was a raging success, if I want to write my brother a check for $500,000, I should be able to do that. Uncle Sam shouldn't be able to go, give it. So I already paid you. Yeah, but the paperwork and the paper trails involved in the transaction of this is just astronomical. We're going to go ahead and need you to pay for that so we don't have to keep track. So you keep track of it anyways, asshat. Like the bank doesn't have that transaction. They have algorithms that scan every transaction you make if you have a bank. They scan your credit cards. They scan the bank. You're freaking electricity is scanned for electrical spikes to know if you're growing weed inside your house, which is why people get their doors kicked in all the time. If they have some people grow like hydroponic mushrooms. It's an old story about an ex-CIA guy that got his house stormtrooped by the FBI because he was growing mushrooms. Not psilocybin psychedelics. He was just growing whatever you call them, mushrooms to eat. And they have to be on a light cycle. These people suck at research. So you're bound by nothing. You have all the federal funding you could use that you need at your disposal. And you can't even figure out, you can't even do the due diligence and the proper research of figuring out if someone's actually guilty of something. There's no accountability. They don't give a shit. Like, hey, go kick his fucking door in. If we're wrong, tell him we're sorry. Go ahead. Approved. No privacy. Now these smart meters, people need to look into what smart meters do. Not only are they horrible for you, but there's just no expectation of privacy anymore. It's obvious if you're home if you have a smart meter. They know when you're fucking home. They know how many people are in the house if you have a smart meter. And there's ways to go about, you need to go down that rabbit hole. They can practically see you in your house. That doesn't even count the cameras and the listening devices on modern electronics. You don't have privacy. But property taxes are out of control. We're the only species that we have to pay to sleep comfortably. We pay to eat. We pay for medical attention. We pay for care. We pay to heal ourselves. It's just a fucking conundrum if you actually think about that. Yeah, top of the food chain, my ass. We've successfully enslaved ourselves, and then we pat ourselves on the back about how we're top of the fucking food chain. Get out of town. Well, that's what happens when you get kicked out of the garden. We were never meant to seek counsel outside of God. But we did, and we do. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? How's life? How's life treating you? How'd that work out for you? Pretty good? Please. God, this shit's so good. The only thing I hate, I want coffee. I want coffee. I can't have any. It'll keep me up. I love coffee. I drink that shit in the summer at lunch. I don't care. I love coffee. It could be 110 degrees index. I mean, I might get a cold brew, but they cost more, which pisses me off. Why does it cost more? It's the same shit over ice. Please, will someone explain that to me? Well, it's the process. We have to brew it, then we have to pour it over ice. It takes time, okay? Time is money. I guess. I feel like you're just ripping me off. Doesn't the ice, reduce the volume of coffee I would normally get if I just bought a hot coffee? Yes, but we like to rip people off. That's how they sound. That's the manager at Starbucks. Yes? By the way, every time I go to a Starbucks now, everyone's gay and trans. I go through the drive-thru, I'm afraid to smile at people. They might get the wrong idea. So I'm like, all right, how are you paying? How are you paying, sir? I ain't fucking paying. Give me my coffee. Faggot. Everybody's gay now. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Everyone's a faggot. I'm tired of it. They're all fruity, gay, and smiling at you and shit. I don't care. It's just, like, back when I was a teenager, fags knew their place. When you're gonna be gay, just be gay. But don't go bragging about it like it's some kind of fucking superior, insightful predisposition. Okay, you like to suck cock. Just call it what it is. You're a faggot. All right? Someone touched you when you were a kid. You've got daddy issues, whatever the case may be. I don't care. You have an issue. You know, it doesn't mean God doesn't love you. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It's not a big deal, you know. But it's not a virtue. Okay? Quit fucking teaching kids that it is. It's disgusting. Truly, it's disgusting. All the shit. I expected more out of adults. Like, I don't know how these schools get away with the curriculum they're showing these kids. I don't know how a parent hasn't walked in there with a fucking... just maced them all down. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing to my kid? There was this... I saw this video where a father was... You know, he took in a phone recording a... One of the teachers allowed his little, like, 4-year-old boy... They put him in a dress while he was in school. And he confronted the fucking faculty and the teacher. Now they're all backpedaling and shit. Oh, well, he wanted to get in a dress. He's 4 years old. If you wanted to speedball meth, would you have called up the fucking neighborhood dopehead? Hey, get some meth over here. He's a fucking kid. I don't give a fuck what he wants to do. I can't imagine that shit when I was a kid if anyone would have done something like that. Talk about getting the shit kicked out of you. You fucking with someone's kids. Put them in a fucking dress. But nowadays, oh, whoa. Oh, shit. The Justice Department, the state, they all back it. Just to show you how weak people have become. And it's all about money. We're going to pull our funding. We're going to fucking pull our funding. You're going to do what? You're going to do what? I don't know, man. Just never saw that shit coming when I was a kid, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. What really blows me away, like, a lot of young kids who grew up in this shit, they're brainwashed, right? They were screwed before they had an opportunity to develop a real opinion about anything. But what really blows my hair back, my beard, is when I see a fucking Generation X or a baby boomer or someone older running around with like purple or green hair, and it's clear like what they support. It's become so distinctive now. I can just look at the way someone's dressed. This used to be a cliche. This used to be stereotype. When I was a fucking kid, if you had colors in your hair and shit like that, it's because you didn't give a shit, right? You were coming and you were exploring your self-identity. You were a fucking rebel. You got high. You drank. You partied. Woo! Now, if you look like a fucking punk rocker or a emo or whatever the fuck, they're all Biden supporters. They've managed to mindfuck everybody to where anyone who dresses in a weird, like, there used to be hippies and punk rockers and rockabillys and headbangers and all this shit. Now it's just getting to a point where it's Biden supporters? No, progressive, socialist, Fabian socialists, way the fuck over here, and regular people. Which sucks. You know, I mean, I guess there's always still hicks, rednecks, cowboys. They still got them, right? Fuck yeah. Ever met a cowboy with a Biden-Harris bumper sticker? I have. It's weird. It's like, dude, you're all fucked up. What's wrong with you? You don't know if you're coming or going. Get it together. It's because they're from up north. They don't know any better. Can't even cook barbecue correct. I shouldn't say that. People are going to get mad. Whatever. I'm just babbling bullshit. And I'm cussing a lot. I've been cussing a lot. The more I think about people getting mad over hearing a vibration that comes out of my mouth that offends them, the more I want to cuss. I hate weakness like that. Oh. Okay, please leave. Just the thought of you possibly sticking around to cringe makes me cringe at you staying. Just go. Just go. This haunted bookshop is so good with coffee. I swear to God. It sounds stupid, but I'll go to sleep at night and I'm like snuggling up in my pillow and I'm like, I'm going to love that cup of coffee in the morning with that first bowl of haunted bookshop. Yes, I am. I will say one thing out of this whole crazy progressive movement that I have caught on to and that I do like. Despite all of Barack Obama's attempts and the WHO and the Bilderberg Group and the fucking World Economic Forum and all these suckers of Satan's people, okay. And the crap they show you on the media, on the news, it's just contrived fake bullshit. It's just one big projection. All right, it's just the deception of it. Let me show you a reality. Let me project a reality onto you and hope that it manipulates you. And they're successful with people that want to be told how to think. And a lot of people want to be told how to think. That's just all it really is. When you're scratching your head about how somebody can be so brilliant when it comes to academia and books and tests and acing schools and ASAD, amazing GPA and moving into Ivy League colleges and doing all those things, and yet be so malleable and stupid and miss grand deceptions and at the 40,000 foot view of life in general, it's because they need to be told how to think. That's all it is. A lot of people they're great at individual tasks, but they don't really have an opinion about themselves or life as a whole. They need someone to tell them. As an arbiter of all truth, they need people to tell them what's what, and they love it. And they have their coffee, and they go, oh, great. And they go to the gym and, wash their balls in front of older men and act like it doesn't excite them when it does. It excites them. And they get their hair dyed purple. That's what happens. Wash their balls. I never did that. I've had a couple of gym memberships. What is with these guys? Like just melandering around in the shower. Ugh. That's a great workout. It's like, dude, how much time do you have on your schedule? I would just go, work out. You got a little towel, right? Just drive home, take a shower. Where are you going? You going straight from there to the office? Wake up earlier. What's your problem? Take a shower in flip-flops. Where 100 other naked balls, sweat men wash their balls off. What's wrong with you? Are you camping? What? Forgot what I was talking about. I don't have the energy to argue with the opposition. I don't know how people do it. I think a lot of it's just meant to wear you out, to be honest with you. It's like, dude, I can just see the truth. I don't have to research it. When I do take the time to actually go down rabbit holes and research things, the proof of those facts are just overflowing. Okay? But it's not, like, I don't know how politicians, like, I don't know what kind of a person it takes to be a fucking politician. A soulless, greedy, conniving bastard that just wants status and power and money. That should be the first rule of anyone that wants to be in Congress or wants to be president. Do you want to be the president? Okay, you can't be the president. I don't trust people that desire power. I feel like the best leaders are just situationally in a place where they look around and they're the ones that really have the aptitude to do it, so they do it for the greater good, not because it's like their lifelong dream to sign executive orders or some shit. where cops always concern me. Like anyone that wants to be a cop. I'm not saying that makes you necessarily a bad person. It's just when you want to be a cop, I want to be a cop. It's like, yeah, you're a fucking problem. You're a problem. And people like that want to exercise authority over you for no reason. I want to be a cop. I'm not anti-cop, but I think a lot of cops suck. And cops, there should be some kind of constitutional classes and training. And it should be, they should be held to certain standards of our Constitution. It should be part of their training. Or they don't just willy-nilly arbitrarily pull you over and go, you got that ID? What did I do? I'll tell you after you give me that ID. It doesn't work that way, asshat. Get out of the car! Get on the fucking ground! I said get on the ground! That's what they do. It's a big problem. And of course, most of you are going to consent because it's legal fees and attorneys, even if you get it dismissed, which you would. It's like you got to roll around with cameras rolling, and it's just out of control. I mean, it's easy to avoid, but I'm not really... I think it's a good thing people do it. What do they call those guys that go do those like public audits? They like walk into government buildings and they just film and people freak out. Oh my God, what are you doing? And cops come and it's catching on. Like I'm just saying, law enforcement's becoming more aware of it now. They're like, okay, people are starting to know their rights. We're gonna have to be kind of cool with this. We don't want to end up on the news again. So we'll just do the right thing. Aren't there enough criminals out there to prosecute and arrest where you don't have to fucking look for trumped up charges on people to, meet your quota? What's wrong with you? Because it's got nothing to do with that. It's more about cops have a license to feed their massive fucking egos and people just, let them dictate shit that's well beyond the bounds of their authority. Just pull you over for no fucking reason. Let me see your ID. Come back. Hey, get out of the car. Go ahead and sit on the curb. I'm going to search your car for a second. Fuck you, you are. Okay, I need an articulable, reasonable suspicion of a crime, sir. Okay? You're fucking bald and ugly. I don't believe you're driving a soccer mom's car. And you're a man. So either you're queer or you stole the car. Is that an articulable reason there? Short stack? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's an articulable reason. Okay. Go ahead. There's a guy on YouTube named James Freeman. And he's got some funny ass videos where he went to like police stations and this detective comes out and he's like, may I help you? He's like, no. He starts recording them. No, I'm good, thanks. Look, buddy, you can't be out here just recording. The egos get inflamed and they get upset. Can't believe this guy's not scared of me. He told him he was here to investigate him. He's doing a story. I'm here to investigate people. He started asking him if he was under the influence. He was just turning all those cop questions on him. He's hilarious. Oh, shit. That shit's hilarious. Cops are out of control, though. I didn't believe it so much until I had my own experience. Cops are out of control. Not all cops, but they're out of control. The problem with cops is they get away with insane shit they shouldn't get away with, and so it breeds this brotherhood, of the thin blue line. It breeds this short-dicted, egocentric mentality, and it's just bad. They're like a gang. Police state! Boom, boom, boom. And to think the feds are way worse than that, and the CIA is way worse than the feds. It just gets worse and worse and worse. Crap. Can't imagine I'll upload this. Maybe I'll just splice, cut some shit out and paste it. I have to say this. Cornell and Deal's Haunted Bookshop. Okay. Is 10 leagues ahead of superb. 10 leagues beyond superb. It's superb. Wonderful.